Good morning. Good morning. It's time to start our day. Good morning. Good morning to you and you and you and you. Good morning, my little keep your light honors. And I'm talking to you in the recording too. I see you guys out there. I get your emails and I know that you're making time for yourself. Whether you come live or on the recording. And I just have to say, those of you who are always on the recording, so many of my students who can't come live just do not find that they have the discipline to do it in a recording later. So for those of you who are regularly doing the recording, I just want you to take a couple breaths, that you truly make time and discipline time to set it up for yourself. And that's a big thing. So I just want you to acknowledge it. It's hard for many people to do. And so I just want to say I see you, and I think it's great. Okay. We do it because it feels amazing, right? It feels amazing. One of the things I was talking about with a student yesterday is, instead of thinking about like, I got to do the yoga, I got to do the neck stretches, I got to do it. It's like, that's not working. But if you go, how do I feel when I'm finished with the yoga? How do I feel when I'm in the yoga? How do I feel when I'm anticipating how amazing it's going to be when I'm finished? So the feeling of the yoga is what gets us to the mat, not the I should or I could. That those thoughts aren't going to get us to it. So I just want to say I see you, and it's not easy. So good for you. And those of you who come live, yeah, you're showing up for yourself, right? You're making time for yourself. And that's a big, big deal. If you're following some of the lessons I'm teaching about living our lives in balance, this component, this piece of our pie where we're seeking pleasure and we're luxuriating in our own self and sensuality, our senses, the way we feel, the way it feels, the way it touches, all of that's a big deal. It balances us out. Okay. So let's get to it. Dropping in here. I just want to start off with what I just talked about. Why do you make the time? You're not getting paid for it, right? You're not disappointing anyone if you don't show up. There's probably a few obstacles that make it challenging on some days, but you still come. Why? Noticing if the thoughts that are come to you is because it makes me feel good, because it feels like the right thing. Notice if you're sitting in judgment about it, and go a little bit deeper, because I feel what? I feel grounded when I hit the mat a couple of times a week. I feel like I'm really nurturing and loving on myself when I spend this hour getting to know me. Like, what is the feeling that drives you to the mat? Another breath, another minute here, please. And on this final minute of centering, this final minute, let's go ahead and anchor our sankalpa. So what's the intention today? What brings you to this today? Is it the neck and shoulders like we just talked about? Some migraines starting? Is it the tightness in your glutes or the lower back as we just talked about? Is there something else going on for you? Coming into your mantra, that 1 or 2 word phrase. And when you're ready, please bring your hands to prayer, thumbs against the heart. Repeat that mantra to yourself a couple of times. And when you're ready, drop the chin, open your eyes, see your cute little hands. Remember yourself and gently release. Beautiful. So yeah, a little headachy. We're going to focus a little bit on the neck and shoulders right in the beginning. We are in strong hips, back, and core today. I'd like you to come into hands and knees. Start to pedal out. Moving in any way that you want to. Starting to sync up that Samavriti pattern. And coming into tabletop, please. Tabletop pose. Hands and knees, knees under hips, knees and ankles hip distance apart. Now we're going to focus on the head. I want you to imagine you're sitting and put your head right on top. And then we're going to do our turtles. We're going to drop the head and then we're going to pull the chin to the throat. And we're going to drop and pull. We're going to continue looking at the floor. Just little turtlenecks. That's a turtleneck. That's a turtleneck. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring your forehead down. Notice that the hips are going to stay over the knees. And we're going to bring our forehead down. We're going to push the forehead pretty firmly into the floor. In other words, we're not collapsing the neck at all. So you're pushing pretty firmly into the floor. Start to create that pattern of breath where the inhale and exhale are equal. You got 3 more breaths here, pushing forehead into the floor, keeping that natural neck, no sagginess. Beautiful. And then come back up. This time we're going to take the very tip top of the head to the floor like we were about to go into a headstand. This is called rabbit pose. The key here is to drag the shoulders up and away from the ears and keep that neck nice and balanced. Here again, we're going to be pushing the head into the mat. Okay. Some of you will hold your hands here and just practice dragging your shoulders up. Remember, the way to hurt the neck is to collapse it. So as long as you're keeping it long, you're going to be okay here. Some of you will be able to bring your interlaced fingers into yoga mudra and reach to the sky here for like those rabbit ears. Just noticing the discs in the neck, the alignment of the left side, the right side. The delicious pressure point at the top of the head getting smushed. 3 and 2. Beautiful. Go ahead and put the hands by the ears again and take yourself up. Okay, let's go to down dog for just a breath or two to get some help from gravity. Okay, beautiful. Come on back down to hands and knees. Now, this is a very deep neck twist. I want you to be careful here. Maybe you're not ready for the whole thing. Bring your forehead to the floor again and bring your right arm down by the foot. Now, if this is not accessible to you, you'll keep the hands down by the head. Some of you will be able to turn the head, bringing your entire right cheek down. Maybe you'll be able to bring your hands down by your ankles. So again, big twist on the neck. If this feels too intense for you, you could be pushing the forehead back into the mat, doing much less of a turn, or you could keep your hands close to the head. Those of you who are in full twist here, let the shoulders come up by the ears. Let yourself have this shrug. 5 breaths. Beautiful. Come on back up to hands and knees. Go back to center and back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Drink in that breath, fill yourself up, and on your exhale, let go, let go, let go. Second side, bring your knees back down. Same thing, we're going to check on that other side. Maybe you'll bring your forehead to the ground again. Maybe you'll bring your cheek. Maybe you'll try to move that left hand down by the foot again. How does that feel? Maybe you can do both. 8 breaths. Shoulders are shrugging up to the ears. So good. Come on back to center. Grab your blocks if you would. Place them on the low level. And I'm going to do like a little tiny bit of a diagonal here because we're going to use them for our forearms for our dolphin pose. So the forearm is on the blocks. I'm feeling very stable here. I'm interlacing my fingers and I'm going to take my bottom up. And here's this nice big release, this big opening here from my head. Well, hello, Miss Sugar. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Take 5 more breaths. Two. Beautiful. And come down, down, down. Awesome. All right. So we are going to now take ourselves into downward dog again. We're going to move the blocks out of the way. And taking your, if you're feeling confident today, feeling down dog, take your left knuckles to the back. This is a 1-arm downward dog. You could do this if it feels good to you. See if you can get a nice big release on the neck. One more deep breath. And then switcheroo. Left arm up. I'm sorry, right arm up, left arm down. Feeling that long extension. Beautiful. And both hands down. And we'll gently walk, walk, walk. Strong, powerful legs. Finding mountain feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up, 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 all the way up. And exhale. Down, down, down. Good. Okay, so we're going to take mountain pose here. We're focusing on this area and we're focusing on the neck and shoulders. Okay, so here we are in our mountain pose. Just roll 1, 2, 3, the whole thing, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 other way, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale, pull, push, pull, push. Head stays right on top. 3, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Have our goalpost arms. We're going to cross over. We're going to pinch the right arm using this left ledge or left hinge, pulling it out, moving that right shoulder blade away. And we're going to look to the right shoulder and drop the left or drop the right ear. Some of you may even feel like it's nice to tip over if you want to. Two more big breaths. Good. And come on out. Open those arms back to goalposts. Get yourself all shimmied in place, and we'll switch a ruby. Left arm, hook it. And it's the right arm that's pinching and pulling, right? You're using yoga. So now you're pulling that left shoulder blade out, and maybe you'll turn away and drop the ear again. So slowing down your breath, we're getting ready to kick it up a little bit, right? We're going to start building some heat, but I want you to feel how relaxed and slow moving we are right now, because that's what we want to be feeling as we start to heat it up a little bit. One more big breath. Beautiful. And inhale, arms come open. Let's interlace our fingers. Some of us can bring our palms to touch. It's a little bit deeper. Maybe open your legs a little wide, and on your exhale, tip yourself over. It's okay to bend those knees. We're just going to look to the left and look to the right. To the left and to the right. 3 more. Turn. Turn. Beautiful. Go ahead and look up to the wall in front of you and then down to the wall behind. Again, inhale, look up to the wall in front, chin to throat, down to the wall and behind. 3 more. Last one. And beautiful. Can you bring your hands to the floor, or do you need blocks for Ardha Uttanasana? Okay, so either your hands are on blocks or they're full printed on the ground. We're going to do our turtlenecks again. I said turtlenecks. Okay, here we go. Inhale, pull, push. 5 more. 2. Beautiful. Now bend your left knee. Bend your left knee. Start to walk your arms around here. Keep dragging your outer right hip back so your pelvis hasn't changed. And take 5 big breaths, stretching out that right side. All the way through that right outer hip. Beautiful. Come back to center, full Uttanasana. Maybe those hands come down.
This is a beautiful way to play with that core, to line your neck and shoulders. And switching sides, bend your right knee, please, and walk it around. Again, that outer left hip is moving back. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Come back to center, root to rise. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Sweep yourself all the way up and exhale, reset. Okay. Now we're going to take 2 blocks at the top of the mat. Maybe actually the 2 blocks at the top of the mat will be at medium level. Okay, medium level. And if you feel like safer to have at the low level, I want you to do low level. Okay, here we go. Mountain pose. Watching our shoulder and neck alignment. Here we go. Inhale, right leg up, Ardha Tadasana. Push that right thigh bone down and zip up that belly lock. 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, start to reach it back, tap the toe and bring it in again. 10, pushing down, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, tap it back, last one, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, it's okay if it's hard, 3, 2, and cross it over. If your balance feels okay, cross it over. You can keep the heel up, or you could put that foot down. Inhale, sweep your arms up, take your right hand with the left, clasp, and stretch out that side body again. I like to rest my head on my left arm. Maybe you're doing that too. Now see if you can imagine that your inner thighs are moving behind you. So we could even tilt back a little bit, stick our bottom out. Imagine those inner thighs are rolling behind you. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Inhale, come on up. Slide your hands down into prayer pose, and we're going to go to Garudasana. So now we're going to sit up. This block is here if you want to put your foot on it like that, if you're feeling like your balance is not here today, or you're in Garudasana, and we're going to sit back. See if you can drop the thighs to the floor. Working deeper still, you're going to find left arm on top with the thumbs reaching for you. 8 breaths. Chin is to the throat. Shoulder blades are moving away from the spine. Turning on those glutes, spreading out that lower back. 4, 3, beautiful. Come on back up, and reset. And inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, find that traction action and step it back to downward dog. Push up position and hold 10, 9, 8, 7. This is about your skeleton. 3, 2, downward dog. Second round, push up position. Maybe you'll take your right leg up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't be scared of hard things. 2, and downward dog. Remember how we feel when we're in the pose, how we feel after we've accomplished it at the end of this class. So show up fully, and then you get to feel that feeling of accomplished or proud. Left leg up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 2, and downward dog. 5 more breaths. Beautiful. Walk, jump, or float your feet back up. Strong root to rise. Inhale, sweep it up, 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 up. And exhale back to center. Switching sides now. Ardha Tadasana. Left hands pushing down. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 2, and 1. Some of us think that we're doing these poses and we're doing these sequences second time, 10, but we're not. We're not doing poses and we're not doing sequences. What we're doing is we're building bone, right? We're building integrity. One of my clients said she's investing in her future older self by what she's doing now, right? This is an investment in your health, in the way your skeleton feels. 3, tap, and 10, 9, 8. So let it be hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, and tap it back, and then bring it around and stand it up. Again, maybe you're crossing over. Left arm up, grab it with the right hand, rest your head on the right arm, and stretch. Beautiful. And come on up. Now, again, Garudasana legs. You could have the block. You could keep your toes on the floor. You could go deeper. Right arm on top this time. Tuck your neck, tuck your throat, and 8 breaths. Eyes open. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep it up, 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 up. Reset your feet and we'll clean it out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, step it back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Bringing your big toes together, please. Let's peel our right leg up, bend the knee, and open that hip. Keep that left leg where it was. And close. And open. And close. And open. We're going to go to pigeon now. Close. And open. And then we're going to swirl this leg forward. Okay, if this feels okay for you. If it doesn't feel okay for you, you're going to roll on your back and do number 4. But here we are. We're going to build a 90-degree angle as best we can. Some of us will be able to close this left hip also. We have our blocks here if we need them. But what I'd like to focus on today is, can I push this leg down? Can I actually push it down and pull my belly away? So I could do it without my arms. I'm very stably pushing. Those of you working deeper, you could take your interlaced fingers. You could tap your forehead on the ground and peel yourself up. We'll do that 7 more times. If you're not working on this, you could have your hands on the block and just take a restorative pigeon. 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can come into a relaxing pigeon here, or some of you might reach the palm back, grab that arch of the foot, and find a little opener there too. You decide. 12 breaths. Four more long breaths. Beautiful. Finding your pigeon. Start to take yourself up. We're going to pull this leg back and we're going to slide this other leg up. Some of us can bring the top of the foot inside that right arch if this is accessible. If it's not, go ahead and feel free to do something like that. Otherwise, we'll bring it in. And we're going to inhale the right arm up, reach, and then exhale over. Now, keeping yourself here, maybe you'll drop back and you'll grab those ankles. Just getting a nice little opening in the neck. Maybe it's looking down at the mat that you're wanting to do. Maybe it's looking out. Breathe into the spots that are tight. Stay here. Don't leave. Stay here. Dig in. 5 more breaths. Move the connective tissue with your breath. So good. All right, gently come on up. One more thing before we go to the other side. We're going to unfold the left leg and we're going to stand the right leg up. Okay, so the right leg is standing up, the left leg is going to hang out. We're going to take the right elbow inside this right knee. The knee is pushing on the elbow is pushing on the knee. We're talking to the right shoulder here, and we're going to twist away. Look behind you and perhaps drop the chin to the collarbone. Good. And come back. Let's go on over to the other side. Let's do it. Take yourself up to hands and knees, up to downward dog. Left leg up now. Open and close. 3 more. Open and close. Beautiful. And when you're ready, slide that into your pigeon. Again, the focus here is, can I push this leg down? I'm trying to build stability in my bones and in my joints, right? So this leg is pressing down. Those of you working deeper, you can interlace your fingers and tap. If you're not doing this, you're just finding restorative pigeon. 7, push that leg down. Push. 6. Keep that easy breath. And finding a place you want to rest, or again, if you did it on the first side, maybe you'll reach back and grab. And 12 breaths. Five more breaths. Beautiful. And release. Again, if you're working with us, you're going to slide the right top of foot inside that left arch. If that's where you are, if this is not working for you, you'll find whatever you did on the first side. And we're going to reach that left arm up and reach. Long extension through the rib cage. Bring that left elbow down and reach. And then we'll drop that right hand down by the ankles, and 12 breaths again. We're going to feel that neck. Use the breath. Five more breaths. So good. And slowly, slowly, slowly come on up. Same thing here. We're going to now stand up the left knee. The right knee can drop. We're going to hook that left arm in, find that little conversation, reach your right arm back, drop the chin again, and breathe. Two or three more breaths, please. And beautiful. Coming back, and we'll come into Baddha Konasana, bound angle. And we'll have our blocks out here nearby. Now we're going to push the feet together and spread the knees apart. Push the feet together and spread those knees apart. Big inhale. And then exhale, chin to throat. And roll yourself down. Going as long or as far out or curved as you want to get into your spot. Now to get more into the groin, bring your heels closer to you. To get more into the back, press those feet away. You could use blocks if you want to. We're going to hold here for about 10 more breaths. Push those feet together. Spread those knees apart. Feel that dynamic movement. Two more breaths. And beautiful. Come up, 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 and pause. Beautiful. Let's take our left hand and slide it under our bottom, palm facing up. So we're sitting on the hand, but our torso still level. We're going to drop the right ear, and we're going to reach our right arm up and not pull, but heavy weight as we breathe. Can you breathe into both sets of ribs? Can you breathe into the front and the back? Can you keep your shoulders level, but just tilt the head? Beautiful. Now we're going to turn our nose to the armpit. So turn and rotate your head. So now that the nose is looking at the armpit and you're pulling the back of the head down too. 8 more breaths. You're still sitting up tall. I like to lean away a little bit. It's more in between those scapula, between those shoulder blades. See if you can lean away from that sitting on your hand a little bit. Good. And come on up. And again, to stay on this side to get into those glutes a little bit, let's remove that left hand from underneath. Stand this left leg up again. Grab your blocks. Remember, the right elbow is going to stay bent. The left elbow is going to stay straight. Okay. Right knee, right elbow bent. And then left arm reaches, reaches, reaches. So some of you may not need blocks here, but you can get deep into those hips, deep into that lower back, into those glutes. So the pinky side of the hand is really moving away. The right elbow is bent and it's turning you into a twist here. 5 more breaths. Beautiful. Come on up. How are you? How's it feel? Okay, let's go to the other side. Slide that right hand underneath you. You're sitting on it. Okay, dropping that left ear, reaching that right arm up. Again, not pulling, but weighting it, letting those shoulders stay level. 8 breaths. Very good. Now we're going to turn the nose towards the armpit, pulling that head down. Deep breaths. Lean away if that works for you. I find sitting in poses for a while so nurturing compared to zipping through them too quickly. So notice if you have a tendency to wish we were moving faster, sort of not sitting still for a moment. 3 or 4 more breaths. Good. And back up we go. Same thing. Get your blocks if you need them. Right leg is bent now. Left elbow is going to be bent. Right arm is reaching. And 8 breaths. Really reach that pinky away. One more deep, deep breath. And then come on back up. Beautiful. We're going to set up a very special Shavasana today. So I want you to take your mountain fold blanket, and this is what we call mountain fold when it's basically just our big rectangle here. Make sure that the seams are all lined up. Like, take the time here because your nervous system will know you're not level. So I'm going to just clean up my little fold here so that it's nice and level. You've done this with me before, most of you. So we're going to take our blanket and we're going to see that if you're doing the same one that I have, there's a side that's got the fringe on it. This fringe is going to stay there. We're going to, actually, what do I want to do here? Yeah, I guess we will. Okay, so we're going to build a little cap. Okay, so we're going to take so the fringe side goes over here. We're going to take our bottom here and roll a little tight curve, about 4 rounds from me. And then that's nice and tight. That's going to go on the C7, that little knobby bone at the base. Okay, so that little knobby bone is going to go on that, so that your actual curve of the neck is going to have no support underneath it at all, right? We're not going to put a fold underneath the neck to support it. We're going to have a fold under the C7, that little bony part of the neck at the very base. And then the neck spine is going to just be loose. Once we're down, on that C7, I learned this from Judith Lassiter. We're going to take our blanket and we're going to fold under, all the way around. All the way around. And basically, it looks like a little baby head pillow in the car. Okay, so once you get that, again, we're rolling underneath and we're really hugging the head on all sides. We've got that little pillow under the C7, but the neck is free. We could take our knees together and our feet wide, or we could prop our knees up. Whatever you want to do here, you could stack your feet on a wall or a couch. Very sweet little spot there for you. Looks like that. Very snugly. So making your way to your final pose. If there's anything else that you want to do before we close up and make that happen. Starting to move yourself into stillness now. Maybe a heating pad on your neck and shoulders for those migraine sufferers today. Maybe some heat on those glutes. These are both areas that are tricky to get to. And that deep, moist heat, even taking a wet towel and a heating pad, really nice with the moist heat. So wherever you are, just find places of stillness, start to lean in, lean back, close your eyes. Relaxing the muscles around the face, the eyes, the tongue, the throat. Feeling the breeze inside of you. I breathe in, I breathe out, I breathe out. Just simply breathe in, I'm breathing in, breathe out, I'm breathing out. Nothing more. Letting go. letting go, letting go. Really flop out and enjoy. Thank you so much for keeping your light on. It matters. It matters. Deep bows to you all. I will see you next time. Namaste.